sagen wir mal, durchwachsenen Spätfrühlingstag, Samstagnachmittag, perfekte Zeit, um sich ein Baseballspiel anzuschauen. Wir hoffen, dass das Wetter hält. Die Wettervorhersage sagt derzeit zumindest Trockenheit bis ca. 17 Uhr. Hoffen wir mal, dass diese Prognose tatsächlich richtig ist. Und ich heiße euch, wie gesagt, nochmal herzlich willkommen und wünsche euch ein spannendes Baseballspiel. Dabei auch ein herzliches Willkommen an unsere Spielpartner, unsere Gegner heute im Ballpark in Haar, die Hünstetten Storm. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet eine angenehme und nicht zu stauige Anreise. Ebenfalls herzlich willkommen bei uns hier im Ballpark die Fans der Disciples und die Besucher, die mit Hünstetten mitgereist sind. Ja, heute haben wir sogar eine Premiere hier im Ballpark. Spiel beginnt, wie gesagt, um 13:30 Uhr, aber wir haben heute was Neues, was wir zum ersten Mal machen. Eine Premiere, denn heute wird zum ersten Mal ein Baseballspiel der Disciples live auf Twitch gestreamt. Wer bisher noch nichts von solchen Plattformen wie Twitch oder Steam oder ähnliches gehört hat, am besten ihr fragt einfach eure Kinder oder Jungs und Mädels, die hier in Disciples-Kleidung rumlaufen. Die können euch das genau erklären, was da passiert. Spannendes Format. Und wir haben heute die Ehre, eine professionelle Streamerin begrüßen zu dürfen, nämlich ihr Name ist Gaming Dirndl. Kleiner Applaus für Gaming Dirndl. Gaming Dirndl ist mindestens so nervös wie ich, weil sie wird jetzt dann gleich auch die Ehre haben, den First Pitch zu machen. Das heißt, das Spiel mit einem zeremoniellen Pitch auf einen unserer Catcher zu eröffnen. Sie hat auch schon fleißig geübt. Ich habe da volles Zutrauen, dass sie das ganz hervorragend machen wird. In Kürze beginnen wir also mit den Lineups, der Plate Conference, dem First Pitch. Und dafür übergebe ich dann in wenigen Sekunden an unseren Tom Wolf.
Habe ich doch schon gelesen irgendwo. Ja, der kommt hoch auf Position 4 und Bollinger kommt auf Position 6. Aber ansonsten Position 6. Ja.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Haar Disciples Baseball. My name is Tim Collins. Welcome to the broadcast. Today's game is going to get started about a half an hour behind schedule. It absolutely poured last night for about 12 hours straight. But the field is in excellent condition. You may have heard through our stadium announcer that we have a special guest, and I was speaking with her before the game. That is Gaming Dirndl. If you want to look at her live stream, I know that's not a great image right there. Anyway, you'll hear more from Tom Wolf, who's announcing it right now from the field. I'll turn it over to him.
Der Kollege hat es ja schon angekündigt. Wir freuen uns heute auch auf eine Premiere, denn wir haben heute eine professionelle Twitch-Streamerin bei uns. Gaming Dirndl. Bitte nochmal einen Applaus für Gaming Dirndl. Und selbstverständlich auch hoffentlich ein virtueller Applaus. Gaming Dirndl, sag uns, was ist eigentlich Twitch?
Twitch ist wie YouTube, nur live. Also es gibt keine Videos on Demand. Das ist im Endeffekt auch, viele sind da und streamen von zu Hause, von unterwegs, Sport, Musik, alles mögliche, Kochen. Da gibt es auf der Plattform wirklich alles zu sehen. Fing aber mal mit Gaming an. Deshalb wahrscheinlich der Spruch vom Häuschen, dass es nur die Kinder kennen würden. Aber ist nicht so. Viele, viele Ältere sind dort auch unterwegs.
Okay, vielen Dank. Also ich hoffe, jetzt wisst ihr, was Twitch ist. Jetzt habt ihr ein Bild. Was machst du so auf Twitch?
Variety-Streamerin. Das heißt, ich koche, ich laufe draußen in der Gegend rum, ich mache Minigames mit Chat, ich mache Just Chatting. Das heißt, ich quatsch einfach mit den Leuten, die mir zuschauen und unterhalte sie. Also ganz bunt gemixt, kein Fokus auf irgendwas im Gaming-Bereich jetzt.
Okay, weil so Sport jetzt, das ist für dich auch neu. Das ist heute das erste Mal, dass du auch bei einem Baseballspiel dabei bist mit so einem Stream, oder?
Ja, definitiv. Aber ich finde es cool, weil Baseball ist jetzt nicht so bekannt. Ich freue mich auch, den ganzen Leuten auf Twitch heute das mal ein bisschen nahe zu bringen. Und letzte Woche war ich ja schon mal hier zum Üben, Training ein bisschen. War ziemlich cool.
Das freut uns sehr. Dann würde ich sagen, beginnen wir doch mal mit dem First Pitch. Wenn ich jetzt unseren Catcher bitten dürfte aufs Feld für unseren First Pitch. Und bist du nervös?
Sowas von, ja. Definitely. I'm more than nervous.
Okay, dann würde ich sagen, dann nochmal einen großen Applaus zur Motivation, oder?
You can do it! Anfeuern, auf geht's!
Well, here comes
So,
the
this is
first
schon
pitch.
No pressure, aber
We spoke a
unsere
little bit
Gäste
about
aus
first pitches
Hünstetten
before the
und
game.
unsere Disciples stehen hier für dich und los geht's.
Here it comes. And
Jawohl,
a strike. We'll call that a
Dankeschön.
strike. Definitely not 50 Cent. So, congratulations to Gaming Dirndl.
Jetzt
Successful
darfst du
first
natürlich
pitch.
noch mal mit dem Team abklatschen.
And with that, we're going to get ready to start the game. As the Disciples have taken the field on the third base side. That's the home dugout here in Haar. It's the Haar Disciples versus the Hünstetten Storm, who have traveled all the way from the vicinity of Frankfurt. And we are going to be ready to start this game. It's about 1:30 p.m. The umpires are slowly taking the field. And we had lots of rain last night, but the weather is sunny and a little bit cool, but not windy, very pleasant. It feels like an early spring day, although it's almost June. But that's Germany for you. The Hünstetten Storm come in with a record of 3 wins and 9 losses. The Haar Disciples, 6 wins and 6 losses. They have beaten Hünstetten twice already this year. That was a couple of weeks ago here in this ballpark. And the Disciples will have Juan Salazar go to the mound. And he pitched one of his best games of the year against Hünstetten a couple of weeks ago. He threw 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And there was a last-minute change for the Disciples. It looks like Graham Luder has been scratched from the lineup. And I'll let you know about that in the bottom half of the first inning. First, we'll talk about the defensive alignment for the Disciples. And that is the infield from left to right. Callum Murphy is going to play third base. Zaino Henriquez is at shortstop. Patrick Music is playing second base. Simon Lechner is going to play first base. And he's in there as Graham Luder was a late scratch just before the game started. Charles Poe came up to the scorer's box and let us know that there was that change. In the outfield, Anderson Zambrano is in left. Fildrick Llewellyn is in center field. Luke Steinlein is in right field. And the catcher is Felix Stroll. He will be working with the young right-hander, 18 years of age, Juan Salazar. The Disciples still have not yet taken the field. As you see the meeting between the umpires, Charles Poe, and it looks like Jake Gentry is out there exchanging the lineup cards. There's still one player for the Storm. That's Josh Harrison, the DH, running sprints in the outfield. So this game, this meeting at the home plate, taking a little bit longer than normal. Home plate umpire Thomas Schlögl. Third base umpire is Alex Hartl. And the first base umpire is Ilya Jan. And they're just doing the final explanations of the ground rules here in Haar Disciples Ballpark. It's Saturday, May the 25th. After strange weather yesterday. We had a sunny day yesterday until about 7 p.m. and then the skies opened up, and boy did they ever. And there was actually even some question as to whether this game would start at all, and that's why we're already starting, looks like about 35, 36 minutes late. But the Disciples have now taken the field, and Charles Poe shakes hands with Thomas Schlegel and the umpire crew, along with Jake Gentry, for the Hünstetten Storm. And they return to their respective dugouts. This ball game is getting ready to begin. Defensively behind the plate, Felix Stroll is in there. Will Thorpe just arrived back from the U.S. this morning, so he's not in the starting lineup, although he is here. And the lineup that Juan Salazar will face begins with the shortstop, Vicente Velasquez. The second baseman is Sammy Guillorme. He is the younger brother of the Los Angeles Angels shortstop, Luis Guillorme. And he's batting second, playing second base. Batting third, playing third base, Daniel Martins. The cleanup hitter, Victor Velasquez, is the catcher. Jake Gentry is playing center field and batting fifth. Josh Harrison is the DH. He is batting sixth. Noah Lawrence is playing first base and batting seventh. Oliver Jochum is in right field. He will bat eighth. And Phil Meyer is in left field. He will bat ninth. The pitcher for the Hünstetten Storm will be Jose Pimentel. As you see, the right-hander Juan Salazar throwing his warm-up pitches. Salazar this year in 20 1/3 innings, ERA of 9.74. It's been a little Jekyll and Hyde with him. He's been very, very good and then had some rough starts. So we will see if he can turn that around here. Like I said before, he's pitched once against Hünstetten already this year and was very, very good. The Hünstetten Storm, well, if you look at their run differential, it explains why they're 3-9, but don't let that be deceptive, because they have beaten Heidenheim, they've beaten Stuttgart, and there is a cluster of good teams that inhabit the Bundesliga South, and this is a league where any team can beat any other team. So even though they come in with a run differential of 45 and 103, that is definitely at the bottom of the pack in the league, that doesn't mean they aren't capable of scoring some runs. They have some good hitters on this team, and Juan Salazar knows that, of course. The Disciples, their run differential is an exact 76 and 76. So considering they've gotten it done with good pitching and timely hitting, and that's why they are currently, at this very moment, they are in third place in the Bundesliga South, as Regensburg defeated Heidenheim yesterday in a thrilling 8-7 game. So here we go, getting ready. Vicente Velasquez stepping up to the plate for the Storm against the right-hander Juan Salazar. Velasquez, 15 hits and 37 at-bats. And the first pitch of the game is in there for a strike at 1:38 p.m. We are rolling. Velasquez has 3 doubles, a triple. He is 5 out of 7 in stolen bases. So if he gets on, he might try to go. The pitch is taken low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the right-hander kicks and deals. That one missed inside. 2-1. After Velasquez, Sammy Guillorme and Daniel Martins. Fouled directly back to the screen. The count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Salazar coming right after him with a fastball on that one, it seemed. I'd like to give a shout out to Sleepy Sam watching from the United Kingdom. Sam, get yourself some coffee. 2-2, ground ball slowly hit to short, charged by Henriquez. Tough play, the throw, not in time. So an infield base hit for Velasquez. Let's watch that on the replay. It was hit very slowly. Henriquez did an excellent job to get the ball over to first base. Lechner thought they had him and started throwing it around, but the call was safe. And so a leadoff single. So Guillorme now, this is his first at bat with the Hünstetten Storm, 25 years of old, or of age, I was told. And he lines one to right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Stopping at second base on the play, Velasquez, and Guillorme wastes no time. First pitch, swinging, lines a single to right field, and there are 2 on with nobody out for Daniel Martins. Pitch out over the plate. Didn't try to do too much, shoot it up the gap in right center field. And so now Daniel Martins with the first 2 runners aboard. Salazar wants a new ball, and Stroll is in communicating with the infielders as to what he should do if Martins were to bunt. Martins not up there with a high average, 6 hits in 31 at bats. He's got 1 triple among his 6 hits. So Salazar immediately in a jam here. 2 on, nobody out. Infield single and a line drive variety. The pitch missed inside of the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Martins stands close to the plate. He's all the way at the back of the box. Velasquez off second, Guillorme off first, and the pitch is up and in, 2-0. This game is going to be a 9-inning game. If they play double headers, they're 7 innings. But we're playing today and tomorrow. And so we have a full slate of 9. Runners lead. There they go. The pitch is swing and a miss. Throw to third. Not in time. It's a double steal. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Velasquez had a great jump, and the trail runner, Guillorme, was able to take second as well. So runners on second and third with nobody out. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. As it was a check swing, you could see Martins went way around on that. Now base hit could bring home 2. The infield is going to actually play, looks like they're playing kind of halfway. Salazar needs a strikeout here. The pitch, swing and a miss. And the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Second and third, top of the first, just getting started. The pitch outside. Felix Stroll with a good job to corral that one before it got away. Full count. Fouled away. Ball game started with an infield single off the bat of Velasquez, then Guillorme lined one, now a full count. Slow ground ball through the middle. Henriquez fields behind the bag. His throw to first is in time to get the out. Coming home to score is Velasquez. Guillorme moves to third. Martins gets an RBI on the 6-3 ground out, and it's 1-0 Hünstetten. That was a good play by Zaino Henriquez. The ball was hit off the handle of the bat, and it got past the mound. And Henriquez, you can see, he's actually behind second base, and he threw from the right of second to get the out at first. Very good off-balance throw. And so 1 away, runner at third base is Guillorme, and now Victor Velasquez, the catcher, steps up to the plate. Velasquez hitting .333, 12 for 36. Even I can do that math. And the pitch is inside for a ball. He has 3 doubles, a home run. He's walked 6 times. He's only struck out 4 times. He's one of the few, if not maybe the only, who's walked more than he's struck out in this lineup. The pitch is up high, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. Salazar has been falling high and behind so far, but working quickly. Slow ground ball to third up the line. It's going to roll, and it stays foul. Murphy electing to let that ball roll, because if he picked it up, it would have been a base hit. And very nearly, I think it rolled to the right of the base runner, but to the left of the baseline. Bit of a risk, because if that ball stays fair, obviously it's a base hit. So the count is 2-1 now on Victor Velasquez. There's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away. The count now even, 2-2. And good morning to Stephanie Music, watching from Ardmore, Tennessee. the city that is in 2 states at once, I have learned. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That ball is drilled high and deep to right center field. Llewellyn is drifting over and back. He's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Guillaume will tag and walk home. That's out number 2, and it's also run number 2. Hünstetten leads 2-0 on a sack fly off the bat of Victor Velasquez. Give him a run batted in. And now Jake Gentry will come up to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on base. Take another look at this pitch. Solid contact, a very good swing by Velasquez. And so Jake Gentry, left-hand hitter with power, looks at the first strike. Gentry is 7 out of 28, that's 250. He has a double and a home run amongst his 7 hits. This one is low. He's also walked 6 times, struck out 7 times. Left-hand hitter, he stands also very close to the plate. Swing and a foul tip into the mid of Stroll, 1-2. 2 down, nobody on, 2 runs in for Hünstetten. Couple of leadoff singles and then some productive outs after a double steal. That one is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now. Salazar's 2-2 to Gentry. Just missed the outside corner. That's worth a second look. A good frame job by Stroll. You can see the way he sort of brings the hand back in. 3-2, fouled away. Didn't get the call, however. But that's the type of movement you see from a catcher. That's really become the norm the last few years, especially in the era of StatCast, and which we don't have in the Bundesliga, but doesn't mean people can't copy it. There's a foul ball again. And of course, even way before StatCast, framing was always a point of conversation. And boy, you know, I went and watched a baseball game from 2001 a couple days ago. Man, the strike zone looks a lot different. That's all I'm going to say. The pitch. Pop fly, left side. It might stay in play. A long run for Murphy. Can he get there? He slides. He made the catch up against the fence, I believe. Yes, he did. Excellent catch by Callum Murphy to end the inning. And he stopped himself from running into the fence with a nice slide, which unfortunately probably was out of the field of your vision. But trust me, it was a great play. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of a half inning of play here in Haar. It's the Hünstetten Storm 2. The Haar Disciples coming back. This is Haar Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the good boys at the Highbrow Brauerei Wildbräu. So we go to the bottom of the first inning here in Haar. Hünstetten with 2 quick runs in the top half of the inning. And Jose Pimentel throwing his warm-up tosses for the Storm. He has an ERA of 8.18. 11 innings pitched, 14 hits, 10 earned runs, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts. And the lineup he will face begins with Patrick Music, who's playing second base, Luke Steinlein in right field, Fildrik Llewellyn is the center fielder, so that's the 1-2-3. And then Simon Lechner is batting 4th. He was a late replacement for Graham Luter, and he'll be followed by Callum Murphy and Ryan Bollinger, who's going to be the DH. That's 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9 is Anderson Zambrano, Felix Stroll, and Zaino Henriquez. And so Jose Pimentel, who will be flanked defensively by Martins at third, Vicente Velasquez at short, Sammy Guillaume at second. Noah Lawrence is at first. The outfield is Phil Meyer in left, Jake Gentry in center, Oliver Yoakum is in right field, and Victor Velasquez is behind the plate. So that's the defensive alignment behind Mr. number 99, Jose Pimentel. He will face Patrick Music, who has been absolutely scorching the baseball with the bat. Looks at a strike on the first pitch. Music, 18 hits and 41 at bats. That's a .439 batting average. And the 0-1 is low, 1-1. He's got 3 doubles, a triple, 13 runs batted in. And he's been a spark plug. Curveball in the dirt ball too. He's walked 13 times, and this is important, he's only struck out 3 times all year. So he has been handling the bat in a way the Disciples love, that's for sure. The pitch, slow roller left side, gonna be a tough play for Martins. He fields and throws his throw. Pulled Lawrence off the bag, and Music is safe at first base.
Patrick Music, safe auf der 1. Damit haben wir den ersten Runner draußen für heute. Und nächster Schlagmann ist unser Onser.
So we'll see if that'll be a base hit or an error, but either way, Music continues. It's going to be an error, E5 on the throw. So Music is aboard, he'll take it either way. There you see Patrick. Patrick, by the way, 4 out of 5 in stolen base attempts. The hitter now, Luke Steinlein. Steinlein also swinging a hot bat, .364 batting average. 16 hits and 44 at bats for Lucas. And the pitch is a fastball, that's high. 1 ball and no strikes. Steinlein has 4 doubles and a triple. He's got 10 RBIs. And he's a really good opposite field hitter. He can hit that space between first and second, especially with Music being held on. Fastball high again, 2-0. Now you wonder, 2-0, is Music going to take off? Probably not. Good hitters count. There's the lead by Patrick on first base. He's not going, and a strike is called. Inside corner with a fastball. So far, 3 fastballs from Pimentel. Two and 1 with nobody out. Music dancing off first, and Pimentel steps off. Seeing if he can induce a balk. And a check on Music. He is back. Two balls and 1 strike on Luke Steinlein. Fildrick Llewellyn is going to follow for the Disciples. Runner not going. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Music around second base. He is not stopping. Heading to third, the throw cut off. First and third with nobody out. That is textbook, exactly the way the Disciples draw it up. Music, you know, he reached on that little ground ball. Could have been a hit, could have been an error. It doesn't really matter. He gets on base, and then Steinlein with a knock to right center field, and the Disciples are in business with Fildrick Llewellyn stepping up to the plate. Llewellyn hitting .395. 17 hits and 43 at bats, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Steinlein is going, the pitch is low, the throw is not made, and Steinlein steals second. And so now the Disciples have the exact situation that Hünstetten did. Runners on second and third with nobody out. Hünstetten was able to get them both home with a ground ball and a sac fly. Let's see what the Disciples can do here. Pitch was a ball, 1-0. And the next one. There's a drive to center field, sinking, it's in there for a base hit. Steinlein had to hold up, the throw goes to third, and he's in there as the ball was not caught cleanly. It's a base hit, Music scores, it's 2-1. But Steinlein was actually waiting on the bag, and boy, if that throw had been received cleanly at third, they might have had him. That was a heck of a throw by Gentry in center field. but give Llewellyn a base hit and an RBI. Watch it again. Solid contact for Fildrick. And you see how Steinlein, and he didn't really go halfway. He was actually waiting on second base, and that ball was hit so hard. It got to Gentry very quickly. And so now Simon Lechner, the unexpected cleanup hitter. He was moved up in the lineup a few minutes before game time. There's a check on the runner at first. And that's Llewellyn. Llewellyn, by the way, is 3 out of 4 in stolen base attempts. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't go here. He's not going. And there's a strike called on the outside corner. Lechner hitting at .214 this year. 6 hits in 28 at-bats. And there's a check on Llewellyn. Nothing doing there. Steinlein still on third base. That's sometimes an opportunity for the runner from third if they fall asleep after the pickoff attempt at first. 0-1 to Simon Lechner. Infield is back looking for 2. That pitch is outside and high. So a ground ball, they would give up the tying run for a double play here. First inning, obviously. One ball, one strike. Llewellyn off first with his hands on his knees, not going. Fouled away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield is straight away for Simon. Center fielder Gentry is really a straight line from home plate. The 1-2 pitch. That's taken low, and the count even now, 2-2. Jose Pimentel. Trying to work through this. The pitch popped up foul. That's going to get out of play. Hits some trees and comes down somewhere. Oh, right here. There it is. So the count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Simon Lechner. Runners on first and third. There's still nobody out here in the first inning. 2-1 the score already. And there goes Llewellyn. The pitch fouled away. Llewellyn had a good jump. But with 2 strikes, obviously, Lechner has to stay alive.
So, nach diesem Foulball, alles zurück auf 0, weiterhin Runner auf 1 und 3, bei keinem aus.
Will Llewellyn go again? He was going on the last one. He's not going here. There's a drive to the gap in right center field. That drops. It's a base hit. In to score is Steinlein. Llewellyn going to third. He's going to stop there. It's a single to tie the game off the bat of Simon Lechner. And the Disciples have come right back. There's still nobody out in the inning. They have first and third. Pitch out over the plate. Lechner put a good swing on it. The ball kind of died in the alleyway. It sounded immediately at the crack of the bat like it was going to go towards the wall, but it did not go that far. But as it was, it landed in a perfect spot to allow Llewellyn to make it all the way from first to third. So now the hitter is Callum Murphy. Murphy, who made that nice play to end the top half of the inning. He fouls one away for a strike. Murphy is hitting at .250, 8 for 32. 4 doubles, though, among his 8 hits. 8 RBIs, and he is a perfect 3 for 3 in the stolen base department. The Disciples have a lot of guys who can do a lot of different things, and he's one of them. Curveball is high, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Ryan Bollinger is on deck. And the pitch. That one is driven to right field. A long run for Joachim going back. He makes the catch. Runner tags from third. That's Llewellyn. He will come home and score. Back to first base, Simon Lechner. The Disciples have the lead on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Callum Murphy. And that's the first out of the inning. A good piece of hitting. Joachim had to go back and make a nice play in deep right field. As you watch this one again. Excellent base running. So now Ryan Bollinger will step up to the plate. Bollinger has only had a couple of bats this year. He will be tomorrow's pitcher. Left-hand hitter, he does have power. And that one is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. I always feel compelled to remind people, Bollinger, when he started his professional career, was drafted as a power-hitting first baseman and then became a pitcher after that. There's a check on the runner at first base. That's Lechner. 1 ball, no strikes on Ryan Bollinger. And he slices that off to the left. That's foul and out of the reach of everyone. 1-1. Bollinger pressed into DH duty at the last minute. Wonder what the word on Graham Luter is. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball. And it's 1-2. Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my mom who happens to be listening to the broadcast. Hi, Mom. I'll call you, I promise. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ryan Bollinger here in the bottom of the first. Only 1 out. Disciples have scored 3 to take the lead, 3-2. It's been an eventful first inning so far. There's a good swing fouled back to the screen by Bollinger. And the count's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, time had been called as I guess Zeman Lechner was giving up his arm guard. Strange time to do it with 2 strikes. The pitch missed low, and the count 2-2. See where that one was. I didn't see it from the center field camera as it came in. Oh yeah, bit low. No real argument from anybody. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count. And here it comes. Breaking ball, deep right field. Way back it goes. Kiss that ball goodbye. Oh, that hanging breaking ball was absolutely destroyed by the last-minute replacement DH, Ryan Bollinger.
3-run home run.
A 2-run home run off the bat of Bollinger gives the Disciples a 5-2 lead.
2-run home run. Good job, Ryan.
Let's watch that on the replay. This was a hanger, and it disappeared, and Bollinger knew it. No need to hustle after that one. That was a long home run. Lest I remind you that Ryan Bollinger, when he was the best pitcher in the Bundesliga in 2017, he also won the Home Run Derby All-Star Game celebration that year. So Anderson Zambrano steps up. That, by the way, is the first home run for the Triples in this ballpark this year. And it's by somebody who was not expecting to swing a bat up until about 5 minutes before the game started. Zambrano takes strike 2, 0-2 the count. Still only 1 out. Anderson Zambrano hitting .281, 9 hits and 32 at bats. A double, a triple, a run batted in, 6 walks. He's been a very solid player, and boy, he can go get it in the outfield too. There's the 0-2 pitch. It's outside, 1-2. Pimentel struggling here. The only out he got was a sac fly that was well hit to deep right field. The error that Music reached on was a little ground ball. Other than that, everything's been hit hard. There's a ground ball to the right side. stopped by the second baseman Guillorme, but he can't get the throw off as he rolled over onto the outfield grass. That'll be a base hit for Zambrano. Seeing eye ground ball single. And the Disciples will send their 8th batter to the plate here. And that's going to draw a mound visit. John Rizzo is coming out to the mound to have a chat with Jose Pimentel. Well, the inning began with an E5, then a single, sac fly, home run, single. 5 runs are in. 4 out of the 5 runs are earned, obviously, because Music would not have been aboard had the throw been accurate. But boy, that home run off the bat of Bollinger. Let's watch that again, shall we? Oh, never mind. Let's not. I don't have the replay anymore. You'll have to go back and find that yourselves. I'll upload the highlight of that one, though. That was a bomb. So the meeting on the mound is over with. Pimentel, who has thrown 31 pitches and has only cashed 1 out for all of his efforts, is going to deal with Felix Stroll, 1 out of 12 on the year. He's got 2 walks and only 3 strikeouts. And the runner Zambrano was taking off, and Pimentel stepped off, did not make a throw. The Disciples really trying to go for broke right here. You have a pitcher on the ropes. It's early in the game. And Stroll takes low for a ball. After Stroll, it'll be Zaino Henriquez. Well, Hünstetten scored 2 quick runs in the top of the inning. Well, the Disciples had answered back and then some. The pitch. That's cracked down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. 1 hop up against the fence. Stroll with solid contact on that one. But it's a foul and long strike. That was a BB down the left field line. Stroll showing some power on that. Young up-and-coming catcher wears the number 33. When I see the number 33, I think of David Wells, former Yankees pitcher, Blue Jays pitcher. And they got the runner picked. Zambrano's in a rundown. Throw goes to short. Velasquez running him back to Lawrence. And now it's Guillorme who has the ball, who tags him out. Did he miss him? He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. The umpire was calling out. The ball was rolling around second base. So I wonder if there's going to be some discussion here. I mean, the ball was literally rolling by the second base bag as the umpire was making the out call. Now, I don't know if Hartl is saying that the ball was dropped as it's really hard to see for me on that replay. Well, I guess that's, yeah, they're going to say the ball was under control long enough and the tag had been made. So Zambrano is caught stealing, and Stroll takes strike 2. So that play goes 1, 3, 6, 3, 4, I believe. 1, 3, 6, 3, 4. That pitch was a ball, so it's 2-2. There's a little cue shot, and it gets under the glove of Pimentel. Guillorme is able to recover and throw out Stroll. And so the inning comes to an end. But the Disciples get 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. There was 1 error. Nobody left on base. At the end of 1 inning, only 1 inning. It's 5-2 Disciples. This is Hard Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the good boys at the Highbrow Brauerei Wildbräu.
Unsere Studios sind mehr als nur ein Ort für Fitness und Muskelaufbau. Es sind Treffpunkte einer starken Community. Hier steckst du dir deine Ziele selbst und entscheidest, warum du noch gesünder, noch fitter oder einfach noch besser werden willst. Sei stärker als deine stärkste Ausrede. Trainiere bei Clever Fit.
Welcome back to the top of the second inning. 5-2, the Disciples scored 5 runs in the bottom of the first, and Juan Salazar now staked to a lead. Deals the first pitch strike to Josh Harrison. Harrison, from what I can tell, this is his first at-bat with the Hünstetten Storm. He's the designated hitter in this lineup, and he lines one to left field, a base hit. So it's going to be one of those days, is it? He said. A leadoff single off the bat of Josh Harrison. Solid contact. Look at the pitch. Hit it kind of off the end of the bat, but got enough to get it between short and third. And so Noah Lawrence now steps up to the plate. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Lawrence is hitting .314. He's actually got one of the highest batting averages in the lineup. There's a check on the runner, and he's safe. Lawrence, 11 hits and 35 at bats. He's got a double and 2 triples, but very strangely only has 1 RBI. And a strike. Looked like a change of some sort. That pitch came in and had some downward action. And a check on the runner again. He is back. That's Harrison. Slow ground ball to short. Henriquez goes to second for 1. Music's relay to first is late. Ball hit too slowly, but they get the lead runner, 6-4. And there's 1 away. And so Oliver Jochum will step up to the plate now. Jochum is hitting 105, 2 hits in 19 at bats, but both of his hits are doubles. He's also got 3 walks, does Oliver. Right-hand hitter against Juan Salazar, 1 out runner on first, and Lawrence faked running. The pitch swung on and missed. 1 strike to count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A couple of good fastballs from Salazar. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base is high. The tag. Not in time. That was a heck of a job by Music to try to pull that one down. But a strikeout of Jochum, and that's the second out of the inning. A stolen base for Noah Lawrence. If the throw was a little bit lower, they would have had him. Music did a heck of a job trying to bring that tag down on him. So now Lawrence is at second base. Phil Meyer, the number 9 hitter, steps up. Meyer is 4 for 26 on the season. That checks out at 154. And the pitch is low to him. 2 doubles and a triple, though, from his 4 hits. So, you know, making them count. A lanky, young right-hand hitter. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-2 Disciples, top of the second inning. And the 1-1. Ground ball to short. Henriquez fields, throws to first, and the inning is over. Good play by Zaino Henriquez. Also nice job by the runner, Lawrence, who tried to time it perfectly to make it as difficult as possible for Henriquez, but Henriquez able to make the play, no problem, no runs, a hit, no errors, one left. At the end of 1.5 innings of play here in Haar, it's the Disciples 5, Hünstetten Storm 2. This is Haar Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. We move to the bottom of the second inning here in Haar. Tim Collins with you. Glad you're joining me for this afternoon. It's turning into a lovely afternoon here. Light breeze, some sun, some clouds. Not too hot, not too cold. Zaino Henriquez, switch hitter batting left, swings and misses or fouls, one of those. The first pitch. Henriquez, 171, 6 hits in 35 at-bats, but he's got 2 doubles and 6 runs batted in. He's played excellent defensive shortstop as well. That's what the Disciples brought him here for. And he fouls that away. 0-2. He's the number 9 hitter. After him, it'll be the top of the order, Patrick Music and Luke Steinlein. And Music and Steinlein have been a dynamic duo at the top of the lineup, that's for sure. And the 0-2, that's upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pimentel deals, ground ball right side, hugging the line. It's a fair ball, fielded at first by Lawrence, who touches up for out number 1. And so the top of the order now, Patrick Music. Music reached on an error. He had a little slow dribbler in front of the plate. And Daniel Martins made a nice play from third to come in and get it, but his throw pulled Lawrence off the bag at first. It was ruled an error. And so Music officially 0 for 1, but he doesn't care. He scored the run. And here's the first pitch to Patrick Music. It's a breaking ball too high. And the next one. There's a strike, 1-1. Martins again playing at the edge of the grass at third, although Music has not shown bunt. Breaking ball is fouled away off to the right. Patrick using the purple bat again. He's also got the high socks with the stripe around his calf. Alex Tufts the other day was wearing stirrups, but that really brought me back. I'm in favor of stirrups personally. And the pitch. That's line to left center field, sinking quickly, a long run for Gentry, not going to get there. Base hit, and it goes past him all the way to the fence. Music not stopping at second base. He's on his way to third, and he is going to dive in with a triple.
Also nicht nur, dass hauen kann, wie Divey. Rennt auch noch so.
Why stop at second when you can go to third?
Hit in center field.
Patrick Music.
Ein
The minute
Triple.
that ball got past Jake Gentry in center field, you knew it was going to be 3. Gentry tried to take a direct route to that ball as if he thought maybe he had a chance to catch it. And then the ball scooted past him and went all the way to the wall. And there's a lot of real estate out there in left field here in Disciples Ballpark. And so Music is at third. And that'll bring up Luke Steinlein. Steinlein drove a single his first time, eventually scored after also stealing a base. Infield is in now for Hünstetten. And the pitch, swinging a foul off the catcher. The first 4 batters for the Disciples in the first inning all reached and scored. And Music is at third with 1 out. The Disciples trying to add to their 5-2 lead here. Give Juan Salazar even more breathing room. 0-1 on Steinlein. In the dirt. Blocked nicely by Velasquez. No advance by Music. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Pimentel going from the stretch. 1-1 on Steinlein. Here it comes. Driven in the air to shallow center field. Gentry is there. Music is tagging. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time, and Music will score. Sac fly for Luke Steinlein for the second out, and the Disciples now lead 6-2. Steinlein got that one off the end of the bat, but still got it far enough into center field. Gentry has a good arm, but he was just too deep in center field to be able to throw out Music, who is very quick from third. So Fildrick Llewellyn now with 2 outs and nobody on base, as the Disciples lead 6-2. Llewellyn singled to drive home a run and also scored one himself. And that breaking ball, a few feet short. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Breaking ball again, down and away. Pimentel trying to stay away from Llewellyn. And now that was the full Fildrick right there. That's what I was looking for. Sometimes he takes these swings, scale of 1 to 10, that's a 10. Watch this. And it's upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a slow ground ball to short, charged by Velasquez. Throws to first, in time to get Llewellyn by a step. And the inning is over. But the Disciples get a run. 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. At the end of 2, it is 6-2, Disciples leading the Storm. Haar Disciples Baseball brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. We go to the top of the third inning here in Haar. 6-2, the Disciples leading. This is the first of two on the weekend. We play today, we play tomorrow. 2 9-inning games, although, of course, 9 innings is contingent on the score not being out of control. Right now, it's just 6-2. And it'll be the top of the order. Vicente Velasquez, Sammy Guillorme, and Daniel Martins against Juan Salazar. First pitch is in for a strike. Velasquez singled and scored to start the ball game. And he just reaches out and pokes that to right field. It's going to drop fair, a base hit. Throw the bat at it, and then he gets a base hit. The pitch was down and away. And he just sort of stuck the bat head out there, got the barrel to the ball, and that ball falls in the Bermuda Triangle out in right field. So leadoff single for Velasquez. And Sammy Guillorme, who saw one pitch and lined it into right field his first time, sees a breaking ball here. Ball 1. So Guillorme, as far as I can tell, batting 1,000 in his Hünstetten Storm career. Runner not going. Line drive, right field, down the line, base hit towards the corner, extra bases. Velasquez racing around second. He's being waved home. He's going to come to the plate, and the throw goes to third, and safe at third. Guillorme got under the tag. It's the RBI triple off the bat of Sammy Guillorme, and it is 6-3. So Velasquez comes all the way around from first base to score. And it looked like the throw, it was a close play at third, but it looked like Guillorme slid under that tag from Callum Murphy. But just a nice, easy, relaxed swing, lining that ball the opposite field. So he's at third with nobody out. Corner infielders will come in for the Disciples. Daniel Martins is at the plate. There's nobody out. The pitch is high. Ball 1. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be one of those days. München Haar is a swing and a foul on an off-speed pitch. Martins his first time, grounded to short. That drove home the game's first run. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2. If I remember correctly, it's been nothing but breaking pitches to Martins so far in this at-bat. The last 2 pitches for sure were both breaking balls. And let's see what he does here. 1-2. And a little nubber to the right side. It is booted by Music. He throws to first in time, and with that, Guillorme will come home. Guillorme was holding at third, but as soon as that ball was juggled by Music, Guillorme took off and scores the game's 4th run for Hünstetten. It's a ground out. I guess we give an RBI to Martins. That's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Victor Velasquez. There's not time to watch that replay before the next pitch comes. Now I'll show you the replay. The pitch was low to Velasquez. This is the last play. And see, once the ball was juggled by Music, you saw Guillorme take off. There's a breaking ball strike, and the count 1-1 on Victor Velasquez. Velasquez hit a sac fly his first time to drive home a run. That ball hit in the air to left center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit off the end of the bat from Velasquez. That's the 3rd hit of the inning. That's 6 hits in the game for Hünstetten against Salazar. And so this game is going to be a battle. So far, both teams got their hitting shoes on. And now Jake Gentry, the tying run at the plate. And the pitch is outside. 6-4 is the score. There's only 1 out. Gentry grounded out his first time. No, he fouled out, excuse me. And a slow roller to Music. And he juggles this one, is able to shovel it to short to get the out. He tried to make the one-handed glove play. I think he had ideas of maybe doing a glove flip to short to try to get a double play. And almost lost the play altogether there, but was able to recover and get the out at second. So 4-6 on the force play, and that's out number 2. So Gentry is on at first base with 2 down, and the hitter now Josh Harrison. And the pitch is a breaking ball low. One ball, no strikes. Ground ball foul, 1-1. Harrison singled his first time. Hünstetten has 6 hits in this game. Salazar, to his credit, has not walked anybody. But we have a real ball game, 6-4. And that one is in there for strike 2. Good curveball from Juan Salazar. Dropping in on the inner half. And there goes the runner. Salazar steps off. Throw back to first. Lechner will now run him towards Music. Music is able to tag him out. So that play goes 1, 3, 4. And Gentry is picked off for the third out with a tying run at the plate. I don't know if that's a great play or not, but it brings the inning to an end. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. Not sure if there was an error. There might have been an error. No, there was no error. There was nobody left on base. So we go to the bottom of the third. It is 6-4. Disciples. This is Hard Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. To the bottom of the third inning here in Haar, and what has turned into a glorious sunny day. Just very pleasant temperatures. If there's ever such a thing as beer garden weather, and believe me there is, this is it. So Pimentel going to go back out there for his third inning of work. He's already thrown 53 pitches. It'll be Simon Lechner, Callum Murphy, and then Ryan Bollinger. And Lechner, his first time singled to drive home a run. Looks at ball 1 here to start things in the bottom of the third. So it's been a bit shaky on both sides of the ball. That ball driven to right field and deep, but it's foul. Lechner got around on that one. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now both teams seem to have their hitting shoes on today. There have been a lot of line drives. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Line drive, left center field, playable for Meyer. He is there to one-hand it. Well hit by Lechner, but it's out number 1. That'll bring up Callum Murphy. Murphy hit a deep sacrifice fly to right field his first time, driving home a run. That was the 4th run of the game for the Disciples.
der Callum Murphy.
Auf geht's, Callum, raus mit dem Ding.
And Pimentel rocks, kicks, and deals. A high pop behind the plate, out of play, over our heads, we hope. I hear the sound of a tree. Okay, ball fell somewhere. Not on my head, that's all I care about. One strike to Callum Murphy. Curves outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one is a fastball on the outer edge. 1-2, Pimentel in the first inning gave up 5 runs. The first 4 batters of the game all reached and scored. The inning was capped by the home run off the bat of Ryan Bollinger. And the 1-2, inside, curveball, as Murphy has to jackknife out of the way. In the second inning, Patrick Music tripled with 1 out and scored on a sac fly off the bat of Steinlein. Those are the 6 runs for the Disciples. Breaking ball outside, 3-2. Of the 6 runs, 5 are earned. Payoff pitch to Callum Murphy right now. Popped up a mile high behind the plate, and that's going to be over the fence again. And it lands right. Oh, I can almost reach it without unplugging my headset. Oh well. I've always wanted to catch a foul ball at a game. I never get lucky. 3-2. Popped up again. Will this one stay in play? Velasquez giving it a look over near the fence. It's on the other side. Still a full count. Jose Pimentel. Long wait between pitches. Now he rocks and kicks and deals. Strike 3 called. Fastball right on the outside corner. Murphy knew it. And that's out number 2. Nothing fancy there from Jose Pimentel. Murphy caught looking for something else. And that will bring up Ryan Bollinger, who went deep his first time.
Ryan Bollinger on the DH.
That was Bollinger's first hit of the year. He had 2 previous at-bats. And this one is inside. So he is now hitting .333 on the season. And that's outstairs, and the count 2-0. Ball 3. And Pimentel, I can see no reason why he's going to throw something in the fat part of the plate for Bollinger after he crushed that ball. Taken all the way, there's ball 4. So Ryan is aboard with 2 down, and Anderson Zambrano will step up to the plate. Well, let's see if Bollinger is going to do any running at first base. I highly doubt it. He's somebody who had ankle injuries, and also he's tomorrow's starting pitcher, so you generally don't send your starting pitcher running. Pitches inside to Anderson Zambrano. But hey, this is the Disciples. This is the Bundesliga. It might happen. 1-0. And they check on Bollinger, who's just over there taking a sip of his tea. Just hanging out. Here it comes. Upstairs and high, 2 balls and no strikes. Zambrano singled his first time and then was picked off. Inside, and suddenly what looked like a 2-out pitch around of Bollinger, now it looks like Pimentel's command has vacated the premises. He's behind 3-0. That's 7 consecutive out of the zone. So Zambrano will be taking here. And there's a strike. 3-1 now. Strike 2, Zambrano thought it was low. And so the count full, 3-2. I think that was to the displeasure of the home plate umpire, Thomas Schlegel. Full count, runner will go. There he goes. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And so the inning is over, but nothing across the board. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left at the end of 3 complete. It is the Haar Disciples 6, Hünstetten Storm 4. Haar Disciples Baseball is brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. Top of the 4th inning here in Haar. Juan Salazar back out there on the mound. He's thrown 51 pitches. He has allowed 6 hits and 4 runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. And he's going to go to work against 6, 7, and 8. Josh Harrison, who was at the plate when Jake Gentry got picked off, so he'll get a new start. So it'll be Josh Harrison to be followed by Noah Lawrence and Oliver Jochum here in the top of the 4th inning. Line drive base hit, just like the last time for Harrison. This one a little bit more solid maybe, but in the same exact spot. Harrison, who lined a single off the end of the bat his first time. This one was off the barrel. That was solid. And so now Noah Lawrence will step up to the plate. Lawrence reached on a fielder's choice and then stole a base. Swing and a miss. And they check on Harrison at first. He's back. Lechner trying the hidden ball trick. And a balk has been called. Alex Hartle, the second base umpire, called a balk. Let's see if Salazar didn't come to a stop. It looks like he didn't. He kind of quick pitched. So a balk. So that pitch does not count. And that means Harrison goes to second base, and he's there with nobody out. That's a big run. It's only a 2-run game. Ground ball through the middle, backhanded by Music. His only play is to first. He makes it. But that would have been a tailor-made double play ball, but for the balk. And so there's 1 away, and Josh Harrison moves to third. So, Oliver Jochum now. Salazar needs a strikeout here. He only has 1 in the game. But you have the number 8 and 9 hitters coming up. Infield is back. For Hünstetten, of course, that's a very important run. And the bunt up the first base side. And no play. Everybody stays put. That was a safety squeeze. And a smart play by Salazar. He picked up the ball, but made sure to check the runner back to third. And by the time he did that, he had no play on Jochum at first. That was a perfect bunt. So a bunt base hit It's also very good base running by Harrison not to get caught there, because if he tries to come home, he's probably dead at home plate. A perfect bunt by Oliver Joachim, and now the tying runs are on base. Phil Meyer is the hitter. And he hits one sharply up the middle into center field, past the dive of Henriquez for a base hit. And Harrison touches home plate. It is 6-5. A solid single off the bat of Phil Meyer.
6-5.
And it's a one-run game. The tying run is at second. Go-ahead run is at first. We're only in the 4th inning. So, yeah, don't touch that dial, folks. Not that anybody has a dial anymore on their TV. So the top of the order, Vicente Velasquez has been on base twice, 2 singles. He's scored 2 runs. Well, Nick Pupo pulling all the right strings so far, trying to engineer a comeback in this game. Hünstetten took the lead 2-0 very quickly, and then Haar immediately answered with 5 of their own. Vicente Velasquez at the plate now, and the curve is too high. 1 ball, no strikes. And bunt was shown. The pitch is low. Two and 0. Salazar trying to battle. And he's able to throw a strike there. That's a big pitch. You do not want to fall behind 3-0. Sammy Guillorme on deck. Two balls and 1 strike. Here it comes. Fly ball to shallow center field. Llewellyn has a beat on it. The runner at second is tagging. And Llewellyn will throw to the cutoff man. And no advance by either base runner. So a fly out for the second out of the inning. And so now Sammy Guillorme, who's been very tough. He singled and scored in the 1st inning. And then he tripled and scored in the 3rd. And Ryan Bollinger, the pitching coach slash DH slash home run hitter, is going to come out to the mound and have a chat with Juan Salazar regarding his strategy for Sammy Guillorme. Guillorme had been an unknown coming into this game insofar as the fact that the Hard Disciples have never faced him before. Certainly we know he comes from a good baseball family. And he has looked great in his 2 at-bats so far today. 2 singles, 2 opposite field hits. 1 single, 1 was a triple. A very level swing for the young Guillorme. And so, he's got Joachim at second base, Meyer at first. There are 2 away. Guillorme, the number 2 hitter. So the tying and go-ahead runs are on base. And a big moment for Juan Salazar here as he tries to get through this 4th inning and hold on to the lead. Fly ball, center field, deep, but Llewellyn is there and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. So it only took 1 pitch after that conversation to get Guillorme, who hit it hard again. He's been on everything, but this one went into the glove of Llewellyn in center field. However, another run scores, 1 run on 3 hits. No errors and 2 left at the end of 3.5. Bottom of the 4th inning coming up. 6-5. Got a good ball game here. This is Hard Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. 6-5, Disciples leading the Hünstetten Storm. And it's going to be 8, 9, and 1. Felix Stroll, Zaino Henriquez, and then Patrick Music against Jose Pimentel. The Storm trying to scratch their way back. They had the lead in the top of the first. That pitch is low, 2-0, or 1-1, excuse me. No, 2-0. And Haar with 5 in the first inning. There's a strike, now they count 2-1. They added another in the second to make it 6-2, but then Hünstetten in the third scored 2 runs to make it 6-4. They've plated another as this one is fouled away, 2-2 the count. They plated another one in the top of this inning to make it 6-5. 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Storm. 6-6-0 for the Disciples. So it's a precarious lead. Swing and a miss as Stroll chases a high fastball. That is the second strikeout and third overall in the game for Pimentel. And so now Zaino Henriquez will step up to the plate. Stroll had a couple of good swings his first at bat, but he got over anxious on that one. Could not lay off that high heat. And so now Henriquez steps up to the plate. I believe that was Iko Iko, the walk-up song. Was that Iko Iko? Could be. Classic New Orleans song, but it takes many, many different forms. The pitch is outside. And the 1-0. Outside again, check swing. They appeal, he did not go, 2-0. Iko Iko Ane. Giacomo Finane. Dr. John version of that is my favorite one. 2 balls, no strikes. That one catches the corner, 2-1. Pimentel, very quietly, has not allowed a hit since the triple in the second inning off the bat of Music. As a breaking ball fouled to the screen, 2-2. Pimentel waiting patiently on the mound. Now Henriquez is ready. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball sliced in the air to left field. Meyer is over a few steps and he makes the catch. Out number 2. A loud crack of the bat. Pretty good contact, but again, out number 2. So Patrick Music now going to try to see what he can do with 2 outs here in the 4th. With Pimentel, it would be a huge boost for the Storm if he could throw a 0 up on the scoreboard there. The pitch is low. There's a breaking ball over the head of Music. That's down low, 3-0. Music will be taking here, and he takes ball 4. I think they were expecting that to be called a strike, but it was outside. So Music has been aboard all 3 times. What else is new? Reached on an error, tripled, and now walked. And now Luke Steinlein. And I expect Music to be going here. And so does Pimentel. He throws over. That was about as predictable as, well, beer at Oktoberfest. He's not going on the first pitch, however, which is inside for a ball. Steinlein has singled, stolen a base, scored, and then driven in a run with a sac fly. And Music jumping around again off the first base bag. There have been 2 pickoffs in this game. And that time a quick throw over. And Lawrence had to leap up into the air to bring that throw down before it went down the right field side. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Luke Steinlein. Now it's 1-1. And this one is popped up to right field, a long run for Gentry. And the catch was made actually in right field by Joachim as he narrowly avoided a collision. That's the 3rd out of the inning. An excellent play by Oliver Joachim in right field. Good communication between him and Gentry to catch that fly ball in deep right field. And the Disciples are denied here. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left at the end of 4. It is the Disciples 6, the Hünstetten Storm 5. Haar Disciples Baseball brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. To the top of the 5th inning. It's a 1-run game here, and it's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Daniel Martins, Victor Velasquez, and Jake Gentry against Juan Salazar, the 18-year-old right-hander, who's given up 9 hits and 5 runs. But trying to work his way through this game as far as he can. And the first pitch to Martins is a breaking ball, grounded fair, gloved by Murphy, back of the bag. Good throw to first to get him. 1 pitch, 1 out. And for those of you who are in the chat, obviously, I should mention, and you know, I noticed at the beginning of the game, the lineup card was brought out by Jake Gentry of the Hünstetten Storm. He has actually assumed the role of a player coach. So similar to Will Kilgore in Mainz, Jake Gentry is the player coach now for Hünstetten. And so Victor Velasquez steps up. Folks, no idea what happened, but my streaming software completely just shut down for a moment, but I think we're back. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes, or 3-2. 3-2 on Victor Velasquez. Only a couple of pitches in there that I think you might have missed. There's a ground ball to short. Henriquez has it, throws to first, and gets his man. So 2 down. Sorry about that brief interruption in the stream. That is, I don't know, I can't think of the last time that ever happened in my software. I looked up and it just was closed. It just had a hiccup and everything shut down, but I was able to just reopen it and restart the stream. Anyway, you just missed a couple of pitches. Jake Gentry now at the plate with 2 down. And the backdoor breaking ball missed outside for a ball. It's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 6-5, Haar leading here. And 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Salazar in danger of walking his first batter in this game. And there's a line drive just past the outstretched glove of Patrick Music into right field, a base hit. And so instead of a walk, it's a 2-out single. Gentry is aboard for Josh Harrison. Harrison has lined 2 singles. So we'll see if Gentry decides to do any running at first base. He's the tying run. And Harrison looks at a breaking pitch. That drops low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Gentry being held on by Simon Lechner. Runner not going. Check swing on a breaking ball. They appeal. He went, says first base umpire. 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the 1-1. There's strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Up and in, nearly hit him, 2-2. There are 2 down in the inning. Salazar has not had a 1-2-3 inning in this game. He was close before Gentry singled here. But Hünstetten has had at least 1 base runner in every inning. In fact, there's a line drive. That's a base hit to left center field. Gentry is going to take the turn, and the ball bobbled momentarily by Llewellyn in center field. He'll go to third. And Llewellyn wisely deciding to throw the ball to second base and not to third. But that momentary bobble, and Gentry read it perfectly and was able to keep on going. Now the tying run is 90 feet away. There are still 2 outs in the inning, though. But Josh Harrison, 3 for 3, 3 solid singles. And Noah Lawrence steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and swings and fouls that one at the plate. 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice and stole a base. Mentioned he's got one of the better batting averages for Hünstetten, but he only had 1 run batted in. Well, here's a chance for him. First and third with 2 outs. Harrison at first, not going. The pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner goes, pitch is popped foul off to the right out of play. And the count 1-2. Still 1-2. There goes the runner again. Ground ball pulled. It's a fair ball. It gets under the glove of Murphy. In to score is Gentry. The game is tied. Throw goes to second base. Not in time. An RBI double off the bat of Noah Lawrence, a little ground ball that hugged the line and got past Callum Murphy. And that ties the game at 6. Harrison to third. And there's the RBI for Noah Lawrence that he was looking for. A game-tying one. And so now, runners on second and third with 2 outs for Oliver Joachim. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1. And a swing and a foul tip into the glove, strike 2. Salazar, boy, he was so close to getting out of this inning. And then the 2-out single off the bat of Gentry. Base hit by Harrison, the double by Lawrence. And now Hünstetten has tied this game at 6, threatening for more. The pitch. Line drive, left center field, base hit. In to score is Harrison. Lawrence right behind him, the throw. He is safe. There was a collision at the plate. Both runs have scored. And Hünstetten leads 8-6.
Und damit erhöht Hünstetten zum.
Let's look at the replay on that. It was a solid base hit. The pitch was right out over the center of the plate. He got a good level swing, lined into center field, and you could see both runners were going to come home easily. And Stroll nearly made a mistake. You know, you're not allowed to block the plate when you don't have the ball, and he was collided with, and he never had the ball. So it is 8-6. Swing and a miss. If you want to tune in on Twitch, you can follow Gaming Derndl on Twitch, and you can watch with 2. You can watch us at the same time here. There's a swing and a foul over our heads, out of play. Strike 2. Hast du schon einen Foulball gefangen heute? Nee, noch nicht. Null 2 der count. I can do it auf Deutsch if I need here. Oh, time is called. Ja, die führen jetzt 8-6. Die haben das Spiel gedreht. Aber da gibt es viel Zeit übrig. Wir sind jetzt nur im 5. Inning. There's a ground ball slowly hit to third. Murphy with a tough play, can't come up with it. And now the runner coming to the plate. Henriquez recovers the throw. He's safe, he got under it. 9-6, Hünstetten. What base running by Oliver Joachim. He never stopped. The ball got under the glove of Callum Murphy, and the infield for the Disciples fell asleep. Henriquez was the only one who saw the play. He threw the ball to the plate. It was a close play. Watch, Joachim never stopped running, and Henriquez recovered through the ball. It was a little bit to the first base side, and that allowed the hand of Joachim to get in there. So that's probably going to be an E5. And Joachim comes around to score. Now the top of the order, Vicente Velasquez drops down a bunt, and that's a base hit. And the wheels are falling off here in the 5th inning for the Disciples. This will now be the 9th batter of the inning. There's activity in the bullpen.
Soll ich mal so einen Stream machen für euch? Mit so einem Enthusiasmus.
And Ryan Bollinger is going to come to the mound. That is going to do it. Boy, that is just really tough for Juan Salazar. He was so close to getting out of this inning. And then the single to Jake Gentry. All this with 2 outs. Single, single, double, double, E5, single. And the wheels have come off. And the day is over for Juan Salazar. I mean, it's the 2nd trip to the mound this inning. So that has to be a bullpen move. Unless I'm going crazy, and that was a mound visit earlier in the game. Maybe I am going insane. And that wasn't earlier this inning. I guess it wasn't. That must have been last inning. So Bollinger goes back to the dugout. Salazar is going to deal with Sammy Guillorme. Guillorme, who has done nothing but hit the ball hard all day. He has singled, tripled and fly to deep center field. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, 9-6 Hünstetten leading. What a turn of events. Swing and a miss. That's the first time Guillaume has swung and not driven the ball somewhere. Strike one to him. Guillaume's older brother plays in the major leagues for the Los Angeles Angels. Luis Guillaume also formerly played for Team Spain in the European Championships. The pitch, a half swing roller back to the mound. Salazar has it, and he makes the play for the final out of a disastrous fifth inning. 9 batters come to the plate. And at the end of it all, the Hünstetten Storm lead by a score of 9-6. This is Haar Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the good boys at the Highbrow Brauerei Wildbräu. To the bottom of the fifth inning, the Disciples now trailing by a score of 9-6. Jose Pimentel deals first pitch, is a curveball to Fildrik Llewellyn. It's in for a strike. Yeah, if you see that was another curveball, just foul to the left of the line though. 0-2. So, you know, for your streamers, if they're watching baseball and the pitch comes in and it looks pretty straight, it's probably a fastball. If you see a Bogen, then it's ein Bogen. Then it's more, then it could be a curveball. There's different ways to throw the ball to spin it. So 0-2 on Fildrik Llewellyn. Llewellyn, the number 3 hitter, and that's inside. Fildrik today has singled and driven in a run. He also scored, and then he grounded out. 1 hit in 2 at-bats. Pimentel with a 3-run lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fildrik Llewellyn strikes out. Didn't get cheated on it, but that is the first out of the inning. Now Simon Lechner comes up to the plate. Lechner, who singled to drive and run in the first, also scored. Flied out to deep left field in his only other plate appearance. He is 1 for 2. And the pitch is in for a strike. Streaming live off alle platforms. The pitch is down low to Lechner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pimentel looks like he has really settled in. Pitch is upstairs. Remember, he is not allowed a hit since Patrick Music's triple in the 2nd inning. He's allowed a couple of walks in there, but no base hits for the Disciples. There's a pop foul out of play, 2-2. They have 6 in this game. And they had 5 hits in the first inning, 1 in the second, and that's it. Since then, the Storm have, well, they've come storming back. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second consecutive strikeout. Watch that pitch. It was a breaking ball. Diving down and in. It looks like it's going to be a strike, and then it just drops down. And Lechner swings over the top of it. So Callum Murphy, 0 for 1. He has a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. And he takes upstairs for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And it's popped up. Right side, foul ground, giving it a look. Velasquez running towards the backstop, and he dropped it. And that's a break for Murphy. He will live to see another pitch. That's one of those options where you can give an error on the play. Let's see what they decide to do. Whether that's going to be an error or if it's just going to be no play. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. I think it's just going to be no play. That ball was spinning around, and you could see Velasquez got turned around, had trouble finding it in the sun, and then it just went beyond him a little bit. 1-1 pitch. That's a curve ball, too short. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pimentel looks very focused out there, and meanwhile Murphy asks for more time. Still a lot of ball game left. This is only the 5th inning. Here it comes. Inside, and the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. See if the Disciples can start a 2-out rally. And there's a walk, ball 4. Murphy is aboard. And so now, Ryan Bollinger, who drilled a home run his first time up, is going to step to the plate. Pimentel has walked 3. So Ryan Bollinger, who homered his first time, hit a deep drive to right field. He's going to step up. 9-6, Hünstetten leading. Murphy off first, not going. The pitch is a strike called on the outside corner. Just catching that outer edge. And strike 2 again. After the home run, Bollinger walked and saw absolutely nothing close to home plate in his second plate appearance. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Pimentel with 3 strikeouts in the inning, to the elation of the fans who made the long trek from Hünstetten all the way here. Nothing across the board. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. End of 5 innings here in Haar. It is the Disciples and Hünstetten locking horns. Hünstetten leading 9-6. Haar Disciples Baseball is brought to you by the good boys at the Highbrow Brauerei Wildbräu. So Adriano Penskover has taken over on the mound for the Haar Disciples, trailing this game 9-6. And it's Daniel Martins looking at the first pitch. And it's in there for a strike. So Adriano Penskover takes over for Salazar. Salazar had been pitching so well, and then a 2-out rally. And he ended up coughing up the lead. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Disciples will look to Adriano Penskover. There's a looping liner to the second baseman. Wait, is that Penskover? No, that is not Penskover.
Patrick Music fängt das Ding sich aus der Luft, erstes Aus.
Anyway, first out. It's Daniel Wolf. Boy, I am going blind, let me tell you. Daniel Wolf is pitching. I saw the number and saw Penskover, but then I saw a few pitches. I'm like, that does not look like Adriano Penskover. Daniel Wolf. There's a swing and a slow ground ball to third. It is a foul ball. Strike 1 off the bat of Victor Velasquez. So Daniel Wolf coming in. He's only pitched 4 innings this year, 4 hits, 2 runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts for the young right-hander. So he takes over for Salazar. Salazar went 5 innings, 14 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, no walks, 1 strikeout, 91 pitches, 62 of them were strikes. But you do like the fact that he did not walk anybody. So if there's a positive to take away from it, there's a curve in there for a strike. If you're looking for the positive, that is definitely a positive, especially in a game when you give up 14 hits. It sometimes can happen for a pitcher. They will begin to nibble a little bit and lose their command and start to get afraid to command the strike zone. Now Stroll almost threw the ball to third base before completing that play to first. It was a dropped third strike. And nearly made the mistake of throwing it around, but they did get the out, so a strikeout. Daniel Wolf looking pretty good so far in the early returns here. Good breaking ball. And so now, 2 down, Jake Gentry will come to play. Just to complete my thought on Salazar. He gave up some hits. You got to tip your cap to the Storm. They swung the bats well, but Salazar did not get afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. He still tried to pitch his game, and so if you want to give a young pitcher something positive to focus on, that's what I would do. The pitch is low, 2-0. I would imagine that most of the conversations he will have with Ryan Bollinger and the rest of the staff will center around location. And Gentry fouls that at the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Meanwhile, the Disciples' bats have gone silent against Jose Pimentel. It looked like they were going to knock him out of the game early, as the first 4 batters all reached and scored, and then Bollinger hit a home run, and nothing was cheap in the first couple innings. And then Patrick Music tripled in the second inning. He scored, and since then the Disciples do not have a hit. That pitch is high and outside, 3-1. There has only been 1-1-2-3 inning in this game, and that was in the 4th inning. The Disciples went out 1-2-3. But Daniel Wolf trying to have one here. And a strike called, a breaking ball. And it was Gentry who got the 2-out rally started last inning. 3-2, Daniel Wolf can try to make a quality pitch here. That's lined into the dugout, foul. Still 3-2.
This is the part of the song where Billy Strange raised his hand and asked if he could leave the room. You keep lying.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on base. Daniel Wolf trying to close out this inning. Here it comes. Popped foul off to the left. Long run for Murphy. He will not get there. It's in the bullpen. And the count's still 3-2. Gentry, prior to that single, had been 0 for 1. He had reached on a fielder's choice. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch from Daniel Wolf. Deep to center field. Long run for Llewellyn. He's got a lot of real estate, and he pulls it down for out number 3. Hey, a 1-2-3 inning for the Disciples. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 9-6 Hünstetten in the first game of this weekend series. Our Disciples Baseball brought to you by the good people at the Brauerei Wildbräu. Anderson Zambrano stepping up to the plate against Jose Pimentel in the 6th inning here. 7-8-9 for the Disciples. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Zambrano is 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. And now he swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pimentel out there. I think he's ready to throw 200 pitches if he needs to. The pitch is outside. He's at 112. And there's no activity in the bullpen. He's going to try to pitch the rest of this game if he can. 2-1. Swing and miss. 2-2. And that one is upstairs. Velasquez trying to frame that one, and it nearly popped out of his glove. Full count to Zambrano, starting things here in the 6th. The Disciples looking to get a rally going. And upstairs, a leadoff walk. That breaking ball had no bite whatsoever.
Damit bei keinem Aus Anderson Zambrano auf der 1. Nächster Schlagmann Felix Stroll.
So Felix Stroll will step up to the plate. Zambrano at first base. Zambrano has only attempted 1 steal. Right now we are waiting for the shortstop Vicente Velasquez to tie his shoe. And he has completed that task. So Zambrano is at first with nobody out. Stroll 0 for 2 at the plate. Let's see if the Disciples try to do anything here. Zambrano dives back on the pickoff play. He was not taking a very big lead. First base coach Alex Tufts over there. There are those stirrups I was talking about before. Swing and a foul tip. Stroll had a healthy cut. And the count 0-1. After Stroll, it's Zaino Henriquez, and then the top of the order, where the Disciples have been able to do all their damage. There's another check on the runner. He is back. Zambrano diving. Zambrano not going. Fly ball, shallow left field, coming on Meyer, coming on, it drops. Base hit. And the Disciples have the first two on here in the sixth. That's the first base hit since the second inning. That triple off the bat of Music, so that breaks the hitless streak at least. And that will bring up Zaino Henriquez with 2 on and nobody out. Henriquez, not a power hitter, but he does represent the tying run. It is 9-6. Hünstetten, I believe, is going to expect a bunt here. Let's see if they put the wheel play on. They do not, and he shows bunt, pulls it back. So the shortstop Velasquez is playing up the middle. There's a huge hole on the left side. If Henriquez decides he wants to slap one that way, there's nobody over there. Third baseman Martins is even with the bag. And he shows bunt, bunts it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Henriquez. I mean, it's the number 9 hitter. Certainly is the textbook play here to have him bunt and set things up for Patrick Music. Inning started with a walk to Zambrano. Stroll with a bloop single in the left field. 1-1 on Henriquez. Will he bunt again? He squares, and the pitch missed outside. He took it. 2 balls and a strike. Big pitch coming now for Pimentel. He squares again and gets down a perfect bunt. Fielded by Pimentel. Throw to first is in time. Both runners move up. That was placed absolutely perfectly.
Coach Poe angeschafft hat. Mit einem Bunt bringt die Runner in scoring position damit.
And so, I mean, you cannot deaden it any better than that. It was fielded by
Patrick Music.
Pimentel off the mound, who had no chance anywhere else except to first base. And so now Patrick Music with runners on second and third. The infield is going to play halfway, it looks like. It's kind of strange. I mean, Hünstetten is leading this game. You would think they just want outs. There's 1 out in the inning. They'll take the ground ball. But they're going to try to cut the run off at the plate, I believe. So Zambrano, the runner at third. Stroll is at second, 1 away. Infield up all the way. Curve is high. 1 ball and no strikes on Patrick Music, who reached on an error, scored, tripled and scored, and walked. Been on base all 3 times. And the 1-0. Fly ball to center field. Gentry has this one lined up. Both runners are going to go and tag. The catch is made. Zambrano is coming home. The throw goes to third, and the run scores. It is 9-7. Sacrifice fly for Patrick Music. Brings home a run. And Stroll wisely staying put at second base. So, take another look at the replay. Music hitting that ball deep enough into the outfield, so now Luke Steinlein steps up to the plate. The score is 9-7. Steinlein the tying run. He's going to try to get on base and extend things for Llewellyn. Stroll off second base. Fly ball foul down the right field line. Strike 1. Steinlein does have a couple of home runs in his Bundesliga career, but he is not a typical candidate. Oh, 0-1, Pimentel's pitch, high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stroll, the runner at second base, he singled. A run is in, it's 9-7, and now they check on Stroll. That's Pimentel doing the inside move. This ball game slowly mounting in tension here in the 6th inning. And the pitch. Fly ball to right center field towards the gap. That ball is down. Base hit going all the way to the wall. In to score is Stroll. Steinlein into second with a double. It's 9-8, and Steinlein, the tying run, is standing on second base.
Blitzsauberer, Two-Base-Hit, bringt auch den nächsten Run, den Felix nach Hause. Neuer Spielstand 9-8. Zopwurm, auf geht's!
And so now Fildrick Llewellyn with 2 outs here in the 6th against Jose Pimentel, the 4th plate appearance. This is the 4th time through the order. And now there is some activity in the sidelines for Hünstetten. Fildrick Llewellyn at the plate. Here's the pitch. And it's right in there for a strike. He was taken all the way. Pimentel is out there just running on fumes. Oh, and 1. Here it comes. Curve in the dirt. Good block by Velasquez. And it's 1-1. Steinlein, the tying run on second base. Nine to 8. And the 1-1. Curve is too high. And the count 2-1. Llewellyn has singled and scored, driven in a run, grounded out and struck out. 1 for 3. You know he wants to get a hit here to drive home Steinlein. Here it comes. And it missed outside. Pimentel disgusted with that call. Thought it was a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Let's watch that again. Not a good way to endear yourself to the home plate umpire. Three balls and 1 strike. A tapper foul. Llewellyn had a very good cut. 3-2. Pimentel, 131 pitches. It's not even close to the most I've ever seen in the Bundesliga, though. 3-2, the pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Over there is Joachim. He makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Llewellyn hit it hard. And the Disciples get close. They get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 left. To the 7th inning, 9-8. Hünstetten leading. This is Haar Disciples Baseball, brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Daniel Wolf, in his 2nd inning of work, is going to deal with Josh Harrison. Harrison for 3 for 3, and that pitch is a strike to him. Harrison has singled 3 times and scored twice. Hünstetten leading 9-8. There's another game tomorrow, folks. Ground ball left side. Murphy has this one. The throw to first is in time. Good scoop at first by Simon Lechner. And there's one away. So Noah Lawrence will step up now with 1 out.
Fängt das Ding zum ersten aus. Weiter geht's, Defense.
Lawrence, who doubled and got his 2nd run batted in of the year. That was a big one. Last inning, or 2 innings ago rather. Here it comes. Foul ball flied off to the right. Is anybody going to get there? No, it lands in the bullpen.
Ja, aber leider außerhalb der Reichweite damit. Foulball. Nicht viel passiert, außer dass Daniel Wolf einen Strike gut geschrieben bekommt.
Noah Lawrence had reached on a fielder's choice and then stole a base, and then he grounded out. But his double was a pitch outside. His double down the line tied the game. And then the base hit by Joachim gave them the lead. There's a slow grounder to short. Nice pick by Henriquez. Off balance throw, got him.
Nochmal ein ziemlich schönes Play, aber Seino bleibt stabil.
Henriquez was charging in that ball. He got to him on a short hop and he gloved it with no problem. One-handed it, then got off a very quick throw to first base. And his throw was on the mark. Now Oliver Joachim, who has a single and a double, and those 2 runs batted in, gave Hünstetten the lead. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch as Wolf pulls the string on that first delivery. 9-8, Hünstetten leading. We are in the top of the 7th inning. This game has gone back and forth. Swing and a miss again. Another good breaking ball from Daniel Wolf. Wolf trying to have 6 up and 6 down. The 0-2 got him swinging. Daniel Wolf comes in and slams the door. Boy, that is what the doctor ordered. It is time for the 7th inning stretch here in Haar. It is 9-8 Hünstetten. Haar Disciples Baseball is brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Jose Pimentel's day is done. He went 6 innings. He would stand to be the winning pitcher if Yannick Kiss, who has just taken up a position on the mound, can close things out. A lot of ball game left here, though. 7th inning, Yannick Kiss, the right-hander, has thrown 8 innings, and he's allowed 16 earned runs in those 8 innings, 16 walks. And the first pitch hits Simon Lechner. And that's how this inning begins. So hit by pitch puts Lechner on first base very quickly.
So, das hat ein bisschen wehgetan, Hit by
Lechner
pitch.
is the tying run,
Bringt
and now
Simon
Callum
Lechner
Murphy.
auf
It's
die
4,
First
5,
Base.
6 in the order.
Ein
Lechner,
Keiner
Murphy,
aus.
and then Ryan Bollinger.
Nächster Schlagmann, unser third baseman, Callum Murphy.
So Murphy has hit a sac fly, struck out, and walked. So Lechner on first base, 1 out of 2 in stolen base attempts. He's probably not going. I think they're going to wait and make sure Yannick Kiss can throw strikes first. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Murphy. And the next pitch is low. 2-0. Kiss has not thrown a strike yet. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike. Fastball, inner half. Now Murphy will be swinging. I'm sure that first one was a requirement. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner not going. Fly ball, foul off to the right, out of play. And the count even 2-2. Well, Hünstetten scored 2 in the first. The Haar Disciples scored 5 in the first. They then scored again in the second to make it 6-2, but then Hünstetten came back with 2 runs in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth. Haar was able to plate a run in the 6th, and it is 9-8 Hünstetten right now. Simon Lechner on first, nobody out, 2-2 on Murphy. Ground ball, base hit left field. More of a line drive, actually. And Murphy's aboard. That's his second, first knock of the day, but he had that sac fly. And so the first 2 are aboard against Yannick Kiss, and now Ryan Bollinger, who homered in the first inning and then walked and struck out. He will step up to the plate. Lechner, the tying run at second base. This is one of those spots where it's important to not get a little too excited. Try to just get a base hit if you're Bollinger. Obviously, Kiss is just trying to make some quality pitches and get some outs for his team. The pitch, swing and a miss. Bollinger had a healthy cut. And the count 0-1. Oh and 1 to Ryan. And the breaking ball missed low, and it's 1-1. They appeal. He did not go around. 1-1 on Ryan. Yannick Kiss, the right-hander, in relief of Jose Pimentel. Ground ball pulled foul, and the count 1-2. Pimentel, while he was in there, 6 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. He threw 132 pitches, 74 of those were for strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Ryan Bollinger with runners on first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Here it comes. Ground ball sharply hit to second. They go to second for 1, and the out was recorded. The ball was dropped on the transfer. So Bollinger reaches on a fielder's choice, and Lechner, the tying run, moves to third. So Murphy is out 4-6.
auf die 3 vorgerückt.
And Bollinger is at first. So first and third now. And Anderson Zambrano, who's not an easy guy to double up. So if the Hünstetten Storm are trying to turn a double play here, Zambrano, not the easiest to do that. And if they can't turn a double play, the tying run would score. Of course, Zambrano looking for more than that. Infield is back there looking for a double play. Bollinger at first with a non-existent lead. And the pitch is low for a ball. Zambrano has singled, struck out, walked, and scored. Now Zambrano is asking a question to the home plate umpire about something. Not sure what that is about. And that was Charles Poe making sure Zambrano is focused and ready for his in-bat. You could hear him say, what do we got going on here? Hey, play ball. And a foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zambrano up there in a big spot, wants to come through. Young player, obviously, his first year with the Disciples, trying to make an impression. First and third with 1 out. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And here it comes. Fouled away again. Now Kiss has found the strike zone. His first few pitches were way out of the strike zone. And now he's ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch, line drive off of Kiss, and that's going to trickle to the shortstop, who recovers and throws to second in time, but the relay to first is not in time. Therefore, the run scores, and this game is tied. That was a rocket off of the pitcher, Kiss. It hit his leg, ricocheted to Velasquez, who made a good play to get the out on Bollinger at second base. However, Zambrano is safe at first on a fielder's choice. And Lechner has scored the tying run. Bollinger is out 1-6-4. That ball was hit solidly. And John Rizzo went out to check on Yannick Kiss to make sure he was okay. That was a rocket. So Zambrano, boy, you know, Hünstetten is lucky that's not a base hit. That was a rocket ticketed for center field, and Kiss just got in the way. We are tied at 9. 2 outs. Zambrano the go-ahead run. Stroll at the plate, swings and pops it foul out of play. And a balk was called. A balk was called, and so the runner will get to go to second base. So that foul ball does not count. So a runner at second base, and that's now the go-ahead run. Zambrano to second on the balk, and the pitch is a strike called, 0-1.
Make some noise, auf geht's, pack das.
Felix Stroll, if he could get a hit here, could possibly give the Disciples the lead.
Felix, let's go!
There's the 0-1 pitch coming. Breaking ball on the corner. That's a beauty by Yannick Kiss, 0-2.
Nichts passiert, nichts passiert.
Well, Kiss looks like a completely different pitcher from the first 5 or 6 that he threw. His first pitch hit Simon Lechner, then fell behind, but now 1-2. Breaking ball, fly ball, center field, coming on Gentry. He's there. He makes the catch to end the inning. But the Disciples get a run. They get 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left on base to the 8th inning. This ball game turning into a nail-biter. It is 9-9. Our Disciples and Hünstetten Storm. This ball game presented by the good people at the Brauerei Wildbräu. To the 8th inning. It's getting late here in Haar. 9-1-2 for the Hünstetten Storm. Phil Meyer, Vicente Velasquez, and Sammy Guillorme against Daniel Wolf, who has faced 6 hitters and retired all 6 since coming on for Juan Salazar. And you hear the church bells in the background. It's 4 p.m. Daniel Wolf's pitch is bunted through. That's a strike. Strike 1. Phil Meyer is 1 for 3. Reached on an error, singled, and drove in a run and grounded out. And the 0-1. A little bit high. Little sidearm delivery from Wolf, and that one is up high, 2-1. Popped up, foul territory, over near the dugout, and it's going to be over the other side of the fence for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are tied at 9. 9 runs, 14 hits. 14 hits, 1 error for Hünstetten. 9-9-1 for the Disciples. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Daniel Wolf looking good. That's his 3rd strikeout. 7 in a row retired by the right-hander. And now the top of the order, Vicente Velasquez. Velasquez has singled 3 times, scored twice, and flied to center field. 3 out of 4. And a good curveball from Daniel Wolf. That one is in there. But Wolf, he's throwing from a bit of a dropped arm slot from what I remember. Last time I saw him pitch, kind of reminds me of David Cohn. Fly ball left field off the fists. Long run for Zambrano. He is there and makes the catch. 2 down, and that's 8 up and 8 down for Daniel Wolf.
Fängt der Anderson Zambrano das Ding sicher im Left Field. Zweites aus.
Now Daniel Wolf is giving the Disciples everything they could have dreamed of and more here in the 8th inning. And now Sammy Guillorme, a tough customer. Guillorme is 2 for 4, and he takes a strike. He singled, scored, tripled and scored, fly to deep center, and grounded out. And he grounded out to end the inning in which the Storm took the lead. Hot shot to the right side. Music plays it to his left and throws to first. Lechner almost forgot to touch the bag, but then remembered to do it. 4-3 on the putout. 1-2-3 go the Storm. 9 up, 9 down for Daniel Wolf. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still tied at 9 here in Haar. Haar Disciples Baseball brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 9. Yannick Kiss in his 2nd inning of relief for the Hünstetten Storm. He gave up the tying run last inning, but then he recovered and was able to prevent any further damage. The first pitch to Henriquez is a strike. Henriquez 0 for 2, but he laid down a perfect sac bunt in his last plate appearance in the 6th. And he looks at a ball upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. When you consider the beginning that Yannick Kiss had, he hit the first batter, gave up a single to the second batter, and a fielder's choice, and a fly out. He was through the inning. And he hits Henriquez here with a breaking pitch. And that's how this inning begins. So Yannick Kiss is going to have to deal with it again. Looked like a breaking ball that came in and maybe nicked Henriquez on the elbow. And so we can expect the Disciples to do some sort of running here. Henriquez is 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Patrick Music is at the plate. And he walks up, of course, to Sweet Home Alabama. I mean, if you're from Alabama, you kind of have to. Although Henriquez a little jumpy at first, a long hold, and time was called. So now the cat and mouse begins. As Yannick Kiss going to try to disrupt the running game. Henriquez is going to try to time that move if he can. That pitch did not count. And the runner not going. A slide step. Breaking ball is in for a strike. That was well executed by Yannick Kiss right there. He went to the slide step move, shortening his delivery to the plate. But Henriquez was not going. Not going again. Breaking ball is outside. And the count 1-0. Or 1-1. Excuse me, 1-0. This one in the dirt. Good backhanded scoop by Victor Velasquez.
So, 2 balls, 1 strike. Auf geht's, Patrick.
Henriquez off first. Not going. And a strike at the very top of the zone. Music thought it was high. And the count 2-2. Goes and takes a long walk. Let's take a look at this one again. Two balls, 2 strikes. Another long hold, runner not going, fouled away. As that was the breaking ball fading down and away. Music did a good job to just fight it off. Two and two. There goes the runner. The pitch down low, and it goes to the screen. Henriquez up at second base, takes the turn, and will stop there. So we'll see whether they just give him a stolen base. Ball 3. But stolen base for Henriquez. He was easily there. Had a good jump, and the pitch was nowhere near, went to the backstop anyway.
Am Schlag weiterhin Patrick Music.
So 3-2, and Henriquez representing the go-ahead run. He's in scoring position. There's nobody out. And that is upstairs for ball 4.
Auch Patrick einen Walk.
And so the Disciples have first and second.
Vor allem in scoring position. Und wer kommt jetzt? Die Nummer 1, der Lukas Steinlein. Ihr habt es vorhin schon gesehen. Der weiß, was er tut.
And that's going to bring John Rizzo out to the mound, and he's going to take the ball from Yannick Kiss. So we're going to have a pitching change and some defensive changes. We'll be right back. Tied at 9. So, the following has transpired here. Daniel Martins is going to move from third base to the pitcher's mound. Guillaume, the second baseman, is going to go play third, and the DH, Josh Harrison, is going to come in and play the field. So, no more DH for Hünstetten. Martins, as a pitcher in 6 innings, has given up 12 hits, 18 runs, 11 earned, 8 walks. So, he's going to come on and try to put out the fire that is starting to get out of control here. Game tied at 9. Luke Steinlein, the hitter, nobody out. Runners on first and second. Zaino Henriquez is at second. Patrick Music, the trail runner, is at first. Steinlein squares to bunt and looks at a strike on the first pitch. Steinlein has doubled, singled, hit a sac fly, and flied out. Another typical day at the office for him. And I think that bunt was just to see what kind of stuff Martins has. He squares again, gets it down, back to Martins, going to try to go to third. He juggled, and the throw to first got him just barely. Boy, Martins wanted to throw to third base, and then he nearly lost the handle on that and almost lost the play completely. So the Disciples have second and third on the sacrifice hit. Perfect bunt by Steinlein. And now Philbrick Llewellyn with runners on second and third. Martins nearly had a little hot potato. They're going to intentionally walk Llewellyn. So Llewellyn with the intentional walk.
Philbrick intentional gewalkt wird, damit bases
and so now, bases loaded, nobody out for Simon Lechner. And that is, well, if you're the hitter that comes up after they intentionally walk somebody, very often you want to grit your teeth a little extra hard. But really, that's the right play. Set up a force. 1 out in the inning. And the pitch is a curveball down low. Of course, with the bases loaded. Bases loaded, that puts pressure on Martins to throw strikes. 9-8, nowhere to put Lechner. Lechner has swung the bat well. He has a single and is hit by a pitch. That one is low, good block.
Dranbleiben, die Disciples-Fans.
By Velasquez, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the 8th, tied at 9. Henriquez, Music and Llewellyn the base runners. And there's a strike on the outside corner, letter high, 2-1, big pitch from Martins.
Macht der Simon schon, auf geht's.
Henriquez led off with a hit by pitch. Steinlein walked, Music walked, Steinlein bunted them over, Llewellyn was intentionally walked. And now ball 3 to Simon Lechner.
So, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Simon, a very selective hitter normally. This is a spot where the Disciples could really use that. 3-1. Here it comes. Ball 4, the Disciples take the lead.
Ein Walk kann man nicht verteidigen, ist gleichbedeutend mit einem Run. Saino ist zu Hause.
Lechner has his second run batted in. Henriquez comes in to score. Music is at third. Llewellyn is at second, and Lechner is at first. Still only 1 out. Now Callum Murphy, the hitter. Murphy has a single, a sac fly, a walk, and a strikeout. Base is loaded. Only 1 out. High, ball 1. Well, it hasn't been pretty from a pitching perspective really on either side, but the one big difference has been walks. The Disciples have walked no one. That pitch is high, ball, oh, that's in there for a strike. Excuse me. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hünstetten have 14 hits in this game. The Disciples have 9. But Hünstetten has issued more walks. That one is inside, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 3. And when you look at the stats, that's been the bugaboo for both for Kiss really and for Martins, but Kiss did not walk anybody. Down at Kiss, the 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, he walked 1. As a high pop-up behind the plate, will it stay in play? Velasquez gives it a look, he's got to play, and he makes it. That is a huge second out, boy, on a 3-1 pitch for the second out. So Bollinger coming up now with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bollinger has homered, walked, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice. The Disciples here would just like a base hit. They lead 10-9, but it certainly has not felt very safe at any point in this game. You have the heart of the order coming up for the Storm in the 9th inning. So the Disciples would love to get some more. Bollinger takes a strike on the outside corner. This is by far the most high-tension game we've had here in Haar this year, in this ballpark. The 0-1, breaking ball. This one gets away, bounces up in the air, and coming home to score is Music. He's in there. That ball hit home plate and caromed 25 feet into the air, and Velasquez had to wait for it to come down, during which time Music scampered home. A wild pitch, and the Disciples get an insurance run the weird way. Look how high that ball bounced. And Velasquez played it perfectly, as did Martins, but it was just too high in the air. And it's Oktoberfest here. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. No, 1-1 on Ryan Bollinger. 1 ball, 1 strike. The base open now. Fouled away, and the count 1-2. So a bases loaded walk and a wild pitch. That's how the Disciples take the lead. But it is 11-9. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Almost in the dirt again. 2-2 now. Well, it has been entertaining from the get-go. We've had offense, balls hit all over the ballpark. And the 2-2. Fly ball slicing down the left field line, foul, out of play.
Ja, der ist dran. Da könnte schon noch was gehen.
Still 2-2 on Bollinger. Ryan will start tomorrow's game on the mound against, I presume, Jesse Remington. Bollinger right now trying to get a base hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Daniel Martins has his sign from Velasquez. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Check swing is up and in, and the count full. They appeal. Did he go? No, he did not go. So still more action here to come here in this inning. There are runners on second and third. And Bollinger fouls it away. Still 3-2. Here it comes. Down low, ball 4. The bases are loaded again. And so now Anderson Zambrano, who hit that hot shot off of the leg of Yannick Kiss, turned into a fielder's choice in which the tying run scored. That was in the 7th inning. And now he's up with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th. The Disciples trying to break this thing open somehow. 2 outs. Daniel Martins deals high. Ball 1. That's been the bugaboo for Martins. He's been unable to throw a lot of strikes. He's got good stuff. The 1-0. Fouled away and a good cut by Zambrano. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Fly ball deep to right field. A long run for the right fielder Joachim, but it's going to land foul. Actually, well foul. That was solid contact. And it's just a long strike. Llewellyn is at third. Lechner is at second. Bollinger is at first. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Anderson Zambrano. Zambrano has shown power to the opposite field at points this season, and that was another example of that. One and 2, the pitch. Curveball is popped up on the infield. The shortstop Velasquez backing up. He's got it. The inning's over, but the Disciples take the lead. They score 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors, and the bases were left loaded. The Disciples will take it. We go to the 9th inning. Daniel Wolf going to try to close it out against Hünstetten. It is 11-9. Disciples leading. Haar Disciples Baseball is brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Daniel Wolf has been perfect. He's sent up 9 consecutive outs, and the first pitch of the 9th inning in there for a strike to Daniel Martins. The Disciples leading 11-9. 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a foul, strike 2. Daniel Wolf came on in the 6th inning, and he has struck out 3 in his 3 perfect innings, and he has looked really good. Pitches are moving a lot. He is throwing strikes. 0-2. In the air to center field, and Llewellyn shades his eyes from the sun, struggling with it, but he stays with it to make the catch. And he pats himself on the chest as if to say he survived a mild heart attack. 1 away here in the 9th inning. That's a very big out. Boy, this ball game, the way this game started, you kind of just had a feeling it was going to be back and forth. And of course, we're not done yet. Victor Velasquez is the hitter. Velasquez has a single, a sac fly, and is 1 for 3. And the pitch is inside. Hünstetten scored 2 runs in the 1st inning. Haar scored 5. Then at one point it was, so there's a swing and a miss on a good breaking ball. Then it was 6-2 Haar after 2, but then Hünstetten with 2 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and then 4 in the 5th. They actually led 9-6. But then the Disciples scored a run in the 6th, a run in 7th to tie it, and 2 in the 8th to break the tie. Daniel Wolf with a 1-1 count here. That one's inside, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. After Victor Velasquez, who's the cleanup hitter, Jake Gentry will be at the plate. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 1 p.m. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Wolf is looking very good. I've seen him pitch very well before, but this is maybe the best, the most composed I've seen him.
Just let me know if you wanna go.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Victor Velasquez. Here it comes. Ground ball left side. Murphy gloves it, ranging across, throws. The throw is a bit high, but Lechner is able to apply the tag.
So.
And there are 2 down in the 9th.
Wieder geht mein Blutdruck hoch, aber die Jungs holen sich das zweite aus.
Murphy's throw, you can see he almost took a little bit too much time. Breaking ball, Murphy ranging to his left, made a nice play, and Lechner a good job to go up and get it and then make sure he had time to get down and apply that tag. So Jake Gentry is the last man standing behind, between the Disciples and a very good come-from-behind victory. This was a game that could have been demoralizing as Gentry takes it low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. This has been a hard-fought one on both sides. There's the 1-0, fouled away. Of course, we are not done yet. Gentry started the 2-out rally in the 5th. That led to 4 runs. All 4 of those runs that Hünstetten scored in the 5th inning were with 2 outs. 2 outs and nobody on, and then suddenly the wheels fall off for the Disciples. The pitch, ground ball back through the middle. That is through into center field, and Gentry's aboard. And the tying run in a very good hitter, Josh Harrison, is going to come to the plate. So don't start making your dinner plans just yet. Harrison, who was the DH, came on and played second base last half inning. He is 3 for 4 with 3 very solid singles to left field. So 2 down. That's the first base runner after 8 in a row had been set down by Daniel Wolf. Now time has been called, actually. And now we are ready. So the first base runner against Daniel Wolf. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Schöner Pitch von Daniel. Damit großer Applaus für den Daniel Wolf, der das heute wirklich herausragend gut macht.
0-1. Broken back ground ball through the middle. Henriquez gloves it. No, it got under his glove and into center field. Here's the throw to third base. It's going to be close, and it gets by. Backed up by Wolf. But now, look at this. The tying run is at second base. It's a base hit for Harrison, his 4th hit of the day. Boy, Gentry took a real risk going to second base. You do not want to get, going to third base. You do not want to get thrown out at third to end the game. That would have been brutal. And a good throw might have had him, but the throw got past Murphy. And boy, an excellent job of backing things up by Daniel Wolf. Meanwhile, though, Harrison was able to take second on the play, so he's the tying run. And so now Noah Lawrence, who got the big hit in the 5th inning to tie the game. And he's looking to get another big hit here and see if he can tie it again. We've got 2 outs in the 9th inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Jake Gentry is at 3rd. Josh Harrison, the tying run, at 2nd. And Daniel Wolf is going to elect to go from the windup here, as Dolly Parton has been faded out. And here's the pitch to Noah Lawrence, outside for a ball. Now the tension mounting here in Haar. The 1-0 curve and a beauty, 1-1. Second and 3rd with 2 outs. The pitch. Just missed. Another breaking ball, 2-1. Oliver Joachim is on deck, the number 8 hitter. Lawrence is the there's the 2-1. Through the middle, that's a base hit into center field. In is Gentry. Here comes Harrison, the throw to the plate. He has scored, and this game is tied. What a rally again. Again, Jake Gentry starting the 2-out rally. 2 outs and nobody on, a little single. Josh Harrison breaks his bat, gets a single, and Noah Lawrence with a rocket base hit through the middle, and we have a brand new ball game. Tied at 2, tied at 11, excuse me, binary code. And now Oliver Joachim at the plate. You knew it wasn't going to be easy. There goes the runner. The pitch is popped foul out of play. Where the momentum swings in this game, it is a pendulum. (11-11). We will have a bottom of the 9th inning. And a swing and a foul, strike 2. Daniel Wolf had been cruising right along. He retired 8 in a row. And then Jake Gentry, a little ground ball that gets through. Josh Harrison breaks his bat, gets a ground ball. And then Noah Lawrence squares one up. Swing and a miss. The inning is over, but we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, tied at 11. What a game.
Kommen die Disciples
2 runs on 3 hits, all with 2 outs, no errors, 1 left on base. Bottom of the 9th inning, nail button time. Haar Disciples Baseball is brought to you by Brauerei Wildbräu. So we go to an unexpected bottom of the 9th inning. What a rally by Hünstetten with 2 outs and nobody on. They did it 86 Mets style with a couple of 2-out singles to tie the game. And now Felix Stroll, 8-9-1. Stroll, Henriquez, and Patrick Music against Daniel Martins, whose first pitch is low for a ball. Stroll is 1 for 4 today. He singled and scored in the 6th. Well, now all bets are off. Fly ball to center field. Gentry started back. Now he's coming in. He pulls up and he one-hands it for the first out.
So, das war leider eine Beute für den Centerfielder. Damit erstes Aus.
And so now Zaino Henriquez will step up to the plate. Zaino is 0 for 2. Laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt in the 6th. After Henriquez, the top of the order. If this game goes extra innings, I believe, well, if you thought the zombie runner in major leagues was bad, well, wait till you see what we have here. We're going to have, I believe, runners on first and second if it goes extra innings. We not 1 zombie runner, but 2. That pitch is high. I believe they instated that rule this year. I have not yet seen an extra inning game myself. That wasn't always the case in the Bundesliga. There's a strike, 1-1. But I'm pretty sure that's the way things will go. And so if the Disciples don't score, the next inning would begin with Noah Lawrence on second and Oliver Joachim on first for the Storm. That pitch is low. But first things first, there's only 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As we have just witnessed, 2-out rallies are certainly possible. That one just missed inside, 3-1. Martin's not excited about that ball strike decision. Let's take a look at that. Certainly looked like it could have been called a strike. 3-1 on Henriquez. There's a strike, 3-2. Well, Martin's a guy who came on. He had walked 8 in 6 innings, and he walked 3 last inning. There's ball 4 outside. There's another one.
Zum Glück hatte Zaino Nerven aus Stahl.
And so Henriquez will take his position at first base again, representing the winning run this time. Last time he did that, he was representing the tying run. Excuse me, he represented the go-ahead run. But now, if Henriquez can touch home plate, this game ends. And Patrick Music at the plate. I feel like Sir Duke is the perfect walk-up song for a guy whose last name is Music. Henriquez on first, runner not going. Pitch, line drive, left field. As this one got Meyer right in his tracks to make the catch. First, he got turned around, and it looked as if he might misjudge it. But Meyer was able to recover and find that ball. Hit hard by Music, but there are 2 down. And so now, can the Disciples return the favor of a 2-out rally? Luke Steinlein with Henriquez at first. Steinlein has doubled, singled, hit a sac fly to right, and also laid down a perfect bunt. He has really just shown what a versatile player he is, in addition to pitching. And now Henriquez, I think now Henriquez will be running at some point in this sequence, especially if the count gets a little bit deeper. You got 2 outs. Steinlein, a guy who can hit the ball to the gap. A long hold. Not going. The pitch is a strike at the knees in the outside corner. 0-1. Well, Martins has been able to find the strike zone when he's needed to. Steinlein likes those pitches down in a way that he can drive to the opposite field, however. Breaking ball, that one's low. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still no movement from Henriquez at first. He's taken his lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not going. Ground ball down the line, foul. 1-2. Guillaume up with that one. One and two. Enriquez at first base. Now with 2 strikes, you think he might go? He does not. Little squibber to the right side, and it gets under the glove of Lawrence, and Steinlein is safe. Base hit.
Und damit haben wir 2 Runner safe. Gut gemacht, Lukas. Glück kann auch dazu. Runner auf 1 und 2.
Lawrence was trying to get off the bag quickly to get it so that he could feed the pitcher covering. Steinlein very speedy, getting down the line. And we'll see if that's a hit or an error.
So Jungs, jetzt geben wir noch mal Gas. Und die Mädels natürlich genauso.
I think they're going to give him a base hit on that. So now Fildrick Llewellyn. Boy, if there's a guy the Disciples would love to see at the plate right now, this is it. Llewellyn
Make some noise.
Was intentionally walked his last time up. First and second, the only runner that matters is Henriquez. The pitch outside for a ball.
So then run home time.
And that was a base hit for Steinlein.
Clap your hands. Make some noise.
A tension-filled ball game, tied at 11, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, winning run on base. Henriquez at second. The pitch. Swinging a tapper foul, a big breaking ball from Martins, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Hünstetten fans are all standing and raising the energy level here in the ballpark. This ball game has been rocking back and forth like a ship on the high seas. 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was the full Fildrick right there. Although the 2-handed version. All right, now with 2 strikes, he will cut down on that swing. He does that. The 1-2 pitch coming from Martins right now. Outside, just barely. 2-2. Let's take another look at that on the replay. You see the target is set up outside. Went right to the mitt. 2-2. Here it comes. And Llewellyn stays alive, just getting a piece of that breaking ball. And the stretch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, tied at 11. Here it comes. And a little poke job to the right side. Lawrence cannot get there. And Llewellyn will live to see another pitch. Llewellyn chasing a pitch outside of the strike zone, and Lawrence didn't get a great jump over there and had it go off his glove. And a huge sigh of relief for Fildrick Llewellyn. Llewellyn only has 1 hit today, but that was back in the 1st inning. He would love to cap his day with another one right here. 2-2. Here it comes. And he stays alive again.
Genauso geht verteidigen.
I don't know what's better than a tension-filled ball game. Winning runs on base. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs, and the hitter just keeps fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch. Doesn't get much better than that. Or worse than that, depending on what you're rooting for. These are those moments you want to savor. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And a swing and a miss. The ball in the dirt. The throw to first base will need to be made, and it is in time.
Okay.
We are going to extra innings.
Wir gehen in extra innings.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 10th inning coming up. It's going to have the tiebreaker situation with the 2 zombie runners. We'll be right back. Hard Disciples Baseball tied at 11. Extra innings. Brought to you by the Brauerei Wildbräu. So we are in the 10th inning, and that means we begin play with Noah Lawrence on second base and Oliver Joachim on first base. They are what I'm going to call the zombie runners, and you should call them that too. They're not ghost runners, they're zombies. They were dead and they've come back. And so Phil Meyer is going to be up there, the number 9 hitter. He probably is going to bunt. That's generally what happens in these situations. The corner infielders are up. The Disciples are expecting a bunt, but you never know. Meyer does have a base hit. This is his 5th at bat today. And he squares, and the first pitch is a strike. An important first pitch for Daniel Wolf. Now, Daniel Wolf probably never thought his day was going to go like this. Pitching into the 10th inning. And the pitch, he bunts it down the third base side. Murphy fields, throws to first in time, and the execution is perfect. Give a shout out in the chat to Roy Rowland, who wrote in saying he's a minor league pitch clock operator. We don't have a pitch clock here, but if we ever do, yeah, that'd be really cool. You should come to Germany anyway. Come to Oktoberfest, watch some baseball. Thanks for tuning in, I appreciate it. They do have pitch clock in international softball tournaments, WBSC sanctioned events, they do. But in baseball in Europe, we do not have a pitch clock. It's old school here. So 1 away, top of the order, and Vicente Velasquez takes a breaking ball. Ball 1, there's 1 out. Well, Daniel Wolf, I mean, this is generally how it goes. The first 2 get on, the guy bunts them over. This is probably what the Disciples will do. There's a fly ball, shallow left field. Zambrano makes the catch, and the runner looked like he left early. The throw to the plate is not in time, but they're going to go to third and see if they got him. I think he left early. He is out. He did indeed leave early. That's a double play. A double play. That is a huge play, and I saw it even from here. The runner Noah Lawrence left early, and he did not wait for the ball to be caught. And the Disciples saw it. Even I saw it. And home plate umpire Thomas Schlegel also saw it. You can see it clearly right there. So that's a double play, and the inning is over. Unbelievable double play. So fly ball to left field off the bat of Velasquez, and Noah Lawrence is out, going 7-2-5, I believe. So the Disciples get a huge break, and we go to the bottom of the 11th, bottom of the 10th, tied at 11. So once more, let's play that replay for you. This is with runners on second and third and 1 out after the sack bunt. Velasquez hits the fly ball to left field. Now watch Lawrence on third base. He took his foot off the bag before the ball was caught in left field. So he came home, but because he left too early, the Disciples, they all saw it. And they just threw to third base to appeal, and home plate umpire called him out. And so it's a double play to end the inning. It's a base running mental blunder for Noah Lawrence. You know, he's trying to get a good jump, obviously, but he was a little too quick to take his foot off the bag there, and that was pretty clear cut. I mean, if I can see it, you expect other people will see it, and that was the case. And so the Disciples get a huge break, and they will begin their bottom half of the inning with Luke Steinlein at second base and Fildrik Llewellyn at first, and the hitter is going to be Simon Lechner. So the Disciples now, let's see if they decide to bunt or if they just let Lechner swing away. Lechner does hit into double plays. That's the one risk that you take if you don't have him bunt. So let's see how the Disciples play it here. The wheel's turning. First and second, Steinlein is speedy. He's the winning run at second base. Lechner is showing bunt. And he lays down a good one. Fielded at third, no play there. Throw to first, and the ball is dropped, and Lechner is safe. That's going to be an error on the second baseman as Harrison went over and the ball just popped out of his glove. The bases are loaded with nobody out.
Simon, great job, well done.
It was a perfect bunt, and you can see that Guillaume looked over to third and then threw to first. Throw was a bit low, but certainly should have been handled, and it just popped out of the glove for a moment. And so the bases are loaded with nobody out and Callum Murphy at the plate. So the infield is in. The outfield will probably have to come in, although they have not yet, but usually this is when that happens. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch. A high fly ball, deep left field. This should probably do it. Gentry with the catch. The runner tags from third. Here's the throw to the plate. Game over. The Disciples win 12-11. On a sacrifice fly off the bat of Callum Murphy. And that was a hard-fought game from beginning to end, from the first pitch to the last. This thing was going back and forth and then some. And the Disciples win 12-11. You can thank the zombie runner rule for that. But the big break really is the base running error by Noah Lawrence after he himself had come through so huge with the bat for the Hünstetten Storm. A really fun ball game. Final score, the Haar Disciples 12. The Hünstetten Storm 11. 12 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Disciples, 11 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors for the Storm. Winning pitcher is going to be Daniel Wolf. Losing pitcher is going to be Daniel Martins. This ball game ending at 4:57 p.m. Not that you care, but I'm just filling out my scorecard here. Started at 1:38, and we will be back with you tomorrow at 1 p.m. So mark your calendars and get ready for another exciting one. Tomorrow's game is going to feature a battle of lefties, Jesse Remington and Ryan Bollinger. And the Haar Disciples, a hard-fought come-from-behind win here against Hünstetten. My name's Tim Collins. I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. I'll wave to you from the center field camera. And don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff. We will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. here from the ballpark Egelfing. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This ball game was brought to you by the good people of the Highbrow Brauerei of Wildbräu.